All right, it is a beautiful day in Los Angeles, made all the more beautiful by that poster you see right there on your screen. It is the world-famous KROQ. That album belongs to our special guest. She has been named one of the greatest guitarists of all time by Rolling Stone magazine. Rave reviews galore for the new record, All Born Screaming. And according to her 23andMe, she's 80% Irish. Give it up for St. Vincent.
Hi, how's it going?
Why is that on your Wikipedia?
I have no idea. Although I will say that the Irish, we are a proud and scrappy underdog people, and I think that we like to claim it. Somebody's Irish.
I got the Shamrocks right there. Check
Are
that
you
out.
Irish too?
Oh, 100%.
Are you?
Like, my 23andMe would be the most boring thing ever.
Oh.
It would be the opposite of the new album.
Dude, it's Clark's, Flynn's, Gallagher's. It's all County Cork, I guess.
Kevin, Patrick, McDonough, Kenny.
Oh,
so
there
I'm not
it
fooling
is.
anybody.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good on you, lad.
So let's start with the artwork. Not to sound basic, but I love it. Of course, also it's kind of plays into the video for Broken Man. And I'm curious, have you ever seen the music video for Wax, California back in the day? Is a Spike Jonze music video?
Wax, California? No. I mean, I love Spike Jonze, but wait.
You should check it out. It's really great. It's from the 90s, but it made me think of that because it's this single shot that they shot at probably like quadruple speed.
Yeah.
And it's a guy on fire trying to catch a bus. And it's just one of the greatest, it's really cool. If you want, I know you're probably...
Oh, sick. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like really cool. So it made me think of that. And then you actually wanted to light yourself on fire for the video. Is this real?
Yeah, I did. Well, I did, one, because I'll do anything for art. But also because, I thought it might be cheaper. I was like, well, let's price it out. I mean, if Photoshop, is really that expensive, then maybe I'll just light myself on fire. But in the end, it actually ended up being cheaper to do it in post and kind of more aesthetically,
right.
It would have been too costly with the fire marshal and
less rehab time too.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I was watching this great press stop you did, and unfortunately I don't remember who it was with, but you picked out all these DVDs. You were shopping for DVDs.
Oh yeah. The Criterion Collection does you get to go in their closet and pick whatever you want.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And one of the DVDs you picked out was Dazed and Confused, and you were sort of remarking about how it's really this world they build, and it's a type of movie that when it's over, you're kind of bummed it's over because you get so engulfed in the movie.
Yes.
And it was funny because I was listening to the record that came out today on the way in, and it was perfect because it's 41 minutes long, and I got about a 41-minute commute here. And that's almost what you've done with this record, where you've created this world where, and it changes. There's ebbs and flows. There's almost beats to the story, of course, as you probably intended. And I just thought, wow, what an accomplishment, especially in today's sort of disposable music, just here today, gone tomorrow, energy of the industry, that this is really a world you've built.
Oh, thank you. The record is 41 minutes and 14 seconds. And when it came, I'm obsessed with, all of it in terms of production and performance and all that stuff. But I knew that it was that the master was perfect and that all the spaces in between the songs were perfect when it came back as a palindrome. 41 minutes and 14 seconds. I was like, okay, it is done.
There's your sign right there.
Yeah, that's a sign. But I'm so glad. I'm so glad it caught you. I mean, I love making records. I love the art form of a record. I love, and it's just about you. That's about what you want to spend. 45 minutes, right around 45 minutes. That's kind of a digestible experience, I think. And I love the art form of it.
Definitely. And I know intention was something really important and paramount to you creatively. And even as a listener, hearing it on not just the micro level of the instrumentation and you not wanting to use plugins initially, what have you, but also just track by track and how purposeful, even the distortion and the abrasiveness is at the end of Reckless, that sort of preludes Broken Man and almost primes you for that. It's really cool. Everything really means something on the record.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I think as a producer, every sound has to have a meaning and it has to matter and it has to add up to the kind of bigger meaning of the song. And there's just nothing that is superfluous. There's no sound that's just there just to be there. It's no, it's gotta matter.
Yeah. Definitely. Now, you were also remarking that DVD press stop, not just to keep plugging that, but you picked out a director's work and you said, I should know more about this person, right? I revere this individual and I should know more about them. So you picked up the DVD of their film. Is there anybody in music you feel that way about?
Oh my God, so many people. I mean, I was like, with music, I have to say I'm a massive fan, but I'm not a completist. You know what I mean? Like with artists, I love things and records very deeply, but I might not know every single record of even my favorite artists. So that's certainly. But I also have a couple people in my life, like, heads, like Questlove I'll hit up, or like Justin Meldal Johnson, if I'm like, I need to know everything about Detroit house. Tell me everything, and then I can like get like the real deal on on like these interesting subgenres of stuff. So I have those people I can be like, hit me up. I want to know more about this.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
One of the first words I heard to describe this record, I think, was in a press release, and it was urgent. And then I've heard you talk in recent interviews about this sort of beautiful calmness to your life, or sort of sophisticated simplicity, if you will, of what matters to you now is just making great art and being a great friend or a great person to the people that you love. And I thought the juxtaposition, not to make one that doesn't exist, but of urgency, with the sort of the patience of the calmness that you're exuding now, was fascinating to me. Is there anything to that?
Well, the calmness that you're feeling and seeing right now is a level of brain meltedness from 2 weeks straight of rehearsals for putting the show on. And it's full on just like psychedelic decision fatigue. But yeah, I mean, in general, I think, I'm lucky enough to like be 7 solo records in. And I got to learn how to be a person while learning how to be a better artist. And because my career was sort of slow and steady, like every single record, some more people were paying attention and everything. More people are paying attention. And so I never had the kind of like crazy young fame or anything that sort of, I think, can sometimes stunt a person's emotional growth, So I'm just kind of like, keep it simple, right? Like, you can't see, but like my precious mom is like in the studio. It's like just my family matters, my love matters, and my work matters, and that's kind of it. It's not as if that's simple, right? I mean, but it's clear.
Yeah. And as you point out, you didn't have that sort of like overnight success, sort of toxic form of fame, but you did have this form of fame, especially as you got on to your run in the late 2010s of, just widespread critical acclaim, from real music writers and the music community. Was there any downside to that as like a human being? Was there any sort of like, did they create a prison at all at times of because did you ever want to please these people even more and more with the latest release?
Oh, with All Born Screaming, no, I don't give a shit. Can I say shit? No, I can't.
On YouTube, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I stopped care. I don't make music for critics. I make the music, again, like I said, I'm lucky enough to be 7 solo records in and know myself. And I'm just always trying to make music that is exciting to me, that makes me feel something, that matters, that's exactly about what's going on in my life at any given time, and try to take all the chaos of life and put it into some kind of like, I don't know, order in music, and find out kind of what I think and how I feel. And I do that through music. So I have an outlet for it. But as far as like critical acclaim, no, I mean, it's nice. It's certainly nice to have, be a sort of critical darling at times, but of course that's going to turn, that's the sort of Damocles just like hanging over your head. You know what I mean? They're going to have to at some point say you fell from grace, and they're going to have to again at some point say you returned to form and you're back, like it's all like, that has nothing to do with me. That's all about just, I don't know,
Yeah.
getting clicks or whatever.
That sort of healthy attitude of not giving a shit that you're talking about, it sounds like it echoes some other sentiments I've heard from you recently of being less interested at this point in your career and life in persona and more just about being real and maybe more visceral. Is there anything in your life that happened that sort of informed that shift?
Well, in terms of kind of deconstructing persona, that I don't believe that playing with identity and persona makes something inherently less authentic. The music was always me. But I'm queer, so I've known that identity and gender and all this stuff was like a performance from a very young age. So it makes sense that I would just explore all of that in my work. It's not less authentic. But I think just life kind of brings you to your knees sometimes. And this record, All Born Screaming, is just it's not about a deconstruction of persona. It's not life at an arm's length. It's not ironic. It's not like, I mean, there's certainly some like, I don't know, kind of wry lyrics or something, but it's just about like life and death. And we have one life, if that's your, belief system. We've got one of them and it's really short. And I'm very aware of how short it is. And so let's go. Like, let's go. Let's do this. We don't have time to fuck around.
Do you think that plays into, I don't know how tongue-in-cheek or literal it was, but the term post-plague pop I love.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is a different world now, right? And it's not, not a worse world, a better world. It's just different. And I think the effects that those couple years had on us, we're still trying to sort of articulate even to ourselves.
Yeah.
But what you're expressing right now is something that I've definitely expressed, and I think even some of my friends have too, of just this awareness of the finite nature of just everyday life. Do you think that term post-plague pop, plays into it all of this disposition you have?
I did say post-plague pop. Sorry, post-plague pox. I did say that at some point, but I think I kind of regretted it, and I'll tell you why. What I didn't regret was the alliteration, because I love alliteration. An applosive P is a satisfying sound. But what I do regret about it is like, I don't really want to just, remind people of the pandemic. I mean, because I think we're still so shell shocked from it. It's like, no, we need to just pretend that life is back to normal on some level just to survive. And the other thing is, I don't really know if this is a pop record. Like, I mean, it's pop in the sense of there are singable melodies, there are hooks, there are counter melodies, there are grooves, sure. But I guess when I think about at least modern pop, I wouldn't really put this record in that category. This is like a little bit heavier than, it's more of, I mean, I don't want to say like this is my rock record or this is anything, but it's a heavier record than like,
Maybe it's pop in a post-plague world.
Yeah, maybe so. There you go.
Right?
That's two birds with one stone. There's your alliteration. And
a collaborator of yours that I have to ask about, just with his history with this radio station we're on right now, is Dave Grohl. And is this true that he told you that he learned how to play drums with baseball bats?
Yeah. Is that not like a story that...
That's
yeah.
crazy. I'm not questioning it. I'm just fascinated.
No,
by it.
he was telling me, because I got asked to help induct Nirvana into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 10 years ago, and that's when I first really got to know Dave. And he was telling me the story of like really wanting to be a drummer, but not having money and being a kid, and so he would practice drumming on his bed with like Louisville Sluggers. I mean, I don't want to speak out of school. That's not I swear to God. I thought that was just like common knowledge, and like that's why he hits so hard.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like, did you ever play like baseball or softball growing up?
Yeah,
And
I
they
did.
would put the donut on the bat. So you'd swing with a heavier bat and you go out there and like crush the ball. That's kind of the
totally.
same thing.
Yeah, it's like weight training or something. Yeah.
There's a 12-year-old drummer in like Arkansas right now who's going to watch this interview and just drive their family crazy.
Well, if you're hitting a mattress, I think
Yeah, I guess
you'll
it's
be
safe.
okay. Yeah.
Don't do the side of the
Don't
house,
hit your
kids.
sister.
Yeah. Well, very cool. And then I did want to plug this before we let you go here. Tomorrow, this will go up tonight. Tomorrow, you're going to be in Long Beach signing records at, do we know where?
Fingerprints.
Fingerprints, which is a fine establishment. And
I'm
that's going to
excited.
be going down at 2 p.m.
Great. Yeah, I'll be down in the LBC.
There we go.
Yeah.
Maybe Snoop pulls up.
Maybe he does. Maybe the remaining members of War
Yes. There you go.
or Sublime come by.
I like you tying it all the way back to Dazed and Confused.
Absolutely. Yeah.
See that? From 4114 to Dazed and Confused. Thanks so much for stopping by and congratulations on the album.
Thank you so much.